Hello, good afternoon. My name is Jonathan Abraham, and I'm going to present to you my final project of DMAIC, which I currently did on my sixth semester on industrial engineering, which I'm coursing in Tech Millennium University. My DMAIC project basically was based on and had the focus on reducing the process time of the meat cutting in Los Rios Mexican restaurant located in Cumming, Georgia, United States of America, which is a family Mexican restaurant which is very loved and very popular down there in Cumming. Actually, it's been known to win already 6 current years award of Best Mexican Restaurant in Forsyth County. You can look it up. There's also a Facebook page, Instagram page. I recommend you guys all to follow. Pretty good. And if you guys get the opportunity to go, you guys should go and have some fajitas, which are pretty awesome to begin with. I started working in Los Rios when I was 15 years old to current age. I'm temporarily employed from time to time whenever I get a chance. Now it's a family restaurant. Like I said, its process is basically making Mexican food, like fajitas, tacos, taco salads, what else? Mojarras, enchiladas, burritos, and very more. Now, Los Rios Mexican restaurant uses a lot of meat, not only chicken or pork, but its main product which sells to the public is steak, raw steak by cow. Now, currently, Los Rios only has one meat provider for its whole restaurant and the whole process of its meat, which is Cisco. Usually, they get around their meat for basically 2 days a week, which is Tuesday and Thursday. They get around an estimate of 800 pounds a week. That's every week. They get 800 pounds of just steak, not including chicken, pork, or fish. Now, before my project was developed there, their whole process of cutting it, taking out the fat of the meat which came with it, and basically cutting it into tiny pieces and then putting it in individual trays where they will marinate it with special sauce and oils to give our extra formula for the meat flavor. This whole process usually took 4 days by two persons operating, Lucio Hernandez and Guadalupe Vasquez. They actually took care of the process of everything by themselves, which is basically taking out the boxes, cutting out, like I said, taking out the fat and cutting it into pieces and marinating the whole thing. Now, they started every Tuesday and finished by Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. The whole process lasted those 4 days, 5 hours, starting at 9 a.m. Now, my project main focus was to reduce that time by at least 50%, which was, instead of what they were doing in 4 days, try to make it in 2 days with my whole project. Now, we first started off with looking at times which we can reduce. In this whole project, I used around the tools and strategies of the DMAIC, which was making a QFD, a SciPoc, also an MF, and a Pug matrix to develop which guidelines or which activities during the whole process we're not adding time to it, and which ones we can eliminate, or what type of process which we can apply, put metric systems or certain measurements so that the whole process can be generating much faster and much productive. After my whole investigation and checking out what we can do, after I was done with all my tools, it gathered me to start thinking outside the box. Why not, instead of just trying to make the process faster, introduce new things? Like I said, it's a restaurant, trying to use new tools, new machinery, which can make the whole process faster. This led me to go online and started searching up new things that restaurants be applying all around the world, which, thank God, I found one product which solved all our resolutions, which was a cutting machine. Yes, a meat cutting machine. It's about 1 meter high, and from thickness is about, 3 feet. Now, this cutting machine has a process and power to develop at least cutting 200 pounds in less than an hour. After I had to get certification and approval by the manager and owner, Los Rios Miguel Granados, he gave me the okay that goes up, which we ordered the machine, and once it got to us, it took around a month to actually get to us, which was very kind of okay. So we got the machinery, and thank God to all the providers again to Cisco, which recommended us to get the machine too. We were able to get the machine, and just in perfect time with this whole pandemic, with the whole coronavirus going on and everything, it actually ended up being quite the perfect time due to the fact that our sales incremented more since it was all just to-goes and deliveries. More people didn't have the chance to go outside and buy groceries and everything. They were all depending on us. We had at least 500 orders half a day, a total around 1,000 orders minimum each day. That we're talking about almost 1,000 plates of just straight up steak. Our process needed to pick up faster, and its productivity needed to increase by a lot. So we ended up getting our machine, like I said, and we ended up checking that its entry point of the meat was around, what can I say, around 10 inches from longitude and 6 inches wide. So the thing that we decided to change up was that when we got the meat, we still had to reduce the fat of which came in the steak. So we ended up cutting the fat off, and basically it went away. Why? Because our product cannot contain that much fat. After that, each packet of meat was cut in separate pieces, meeting the measurement size that it needed to go inside. After the meat was cut up in shape, basically around 6 inches and 4 inches thick, we ended up putting it inside the machine, and the machine has blades synchronized and perfectly symmetrized in order to cut the pieces of steak in perfect and acceptable sizes of steak strips. After that whole process, we ended up just putting the tray underneath it and waiting for it to fill up, pick it back up, and start marinating. After we did measurements and everything, we were able to reduce time by almost 75%. We're talking about in a process that took almost 4 days and 5 hours. We're talking about at least 20 hours of work. We were able to reduce it in only 5 hours of work now by still those same 2 people. That is a lot of incremented. We had a reduced time. We actually ended up cutting a lot of lost time, and without the fact of hiring new people, like new workers to help them out, which could have cost us way more money, and still it would have only incremented by just a little bit. With this new machinery, I was able to develop the DMAIC project and not only accomplish my goal, but surpassing that goal. Instead of 50% that was my main goal, I was able to reduce time by 75%, which helped me develop my project and get to my certification and approval by a project. Which, thanks to Los Rios Mexican restaurant, I was able to do it, and all the knowledge I've learned with my industrial engineering career here in Tech Millennium University, I was able to develop this project, and hopefully with this project I'll be certified during the end of the course. Thank you.